Iya taum tuona na chaya taum tuona beautiful creation. We thank you. A melody from my people. I am a member of the Juaneño Band of Mission Indians, a Hashima Nation, and UCI was our territory, and it still is. We are here still, and sometimes people forget to acknowledge that we were the first caretakers of land and earth, water, and air, and we're still here today. And I acknowledge you, CI, for bringing up one of our members to welcome you to the land of my people. Not far from here is where my people are from, Givet, and also a Hashimai. And I am a mother of 7 and a grandmother of about 17. And, well, it is my place to not only teach what I know to my grandchildren, but also to others. And so I am someone who visits and talks to children and tell them, what we live like and how ingenious we were, how we understood the ocean and how we never took more than we needed and how we gave back. Those are some of the fundamental things of our people. But we also were very ingenious to make a basket like this from the plants that are yucca and jungus and deergrass, and how we knew exactly what stitch to do without any patterns. My auntie still basket weaves today. She's 84 years old. And when she stopped doing a little basket weaving, she went to gather plants, yucca, because she knew that yucca strands were important. This strand right here starts every basket. So we say that the belly button of the basket is the birth of the basket, and it starts with this material, yucca. But if you see this material, you see that there are some wild hairs right there. But if you can look closely, not at my nail polish, but there is cordage right there. What we have learned is you can take yucca and make it strong. And when I go to schools, I tell children, as I tell you today, one little strand of yucca is easily broken. But when we intertwine our education, our lifestyle, we are strong like cordage. From the beginning of time, my people prayed, and I have some colors in my hand. You barely can see them. But every color represents all the people of the earth. And the green represents Mother Earth, Tumayut, we call her, and the sky. And when we prayed, we always prayed for every person on earth, because we know that it is important that we intertwine together, and then we're stronger. What I held in my hand was some sage, and though I couldn't burn it, as I held it, I was praying for each one of you, because your work here today is so important. Your work today sustains the earth. Everyone say, Tamayot. Now you know what earth is called right here at UCI. Tamayot. Mother Earth. And we were gatherers. Oh, our baskets did so much. Our baskets were used to gather, to cook in, to carry our babies in. They weren't in this shape, but baskets were very important, and the plants were too. And we understand even still today the medicine that comes from the plants. I am so grateful to be here today, because as I stand before you, I'm in a land that receives me. My mother was not received well in San Juan Capistrano. And when she was taken from the Rio Sadobe, I grew up in the Rio Sadobe. It's the oldest home in California that the same family has lived in for more than 200 years. And the diocese and the government came and took my mother and took her to a boarding school in Banning, California. It's called St. Boniface. And when my mother was taken, in tears, she looked at her skin and she said, if I wasn't so dark, they wouldn't have taken me. And she went to a place where they hated the Native Americans. And as a child, to be greeted by somebody to say, get over here, got lice all over your hair, and they wrapped her up and sprayed her hair. So not only did she think she was dark, she thought she was dirty. And for 6 years, she stayed in that institution. My mother raised me and my sisters with a lot of anger. And some of you that are sitting out here, you might have had an angry mother, but it was a very difficult childhood for me. My mother was joyous to the world, but when she got inside her home, she treated her children differently. Why? Because the foundation of her parenting came with someone who hated her and didn't respect her. And when she said, I want to be a nurse, they laughed at her. When she came home, she went to school, and she was the first nurse from our tribe. And I'm so proud of her. Even though she suffers from historical trauma, my mother had something deep inside that just spurred her on, that she said, nobody's going to tell me I can't. I will, and I shall, and she did. So for each one of you, whoever endured somebody laughing at you because of who you are, remember my mother. And remember the scoffing that she got, the belittling language that was given to her. And she survived. Yes, her children suffered from historical trauma, from her experience. But I'm here today, a graduate of USC, teacher for 40 years. And I must have still had that same inner push that said, you can do this. So, in my language, I want to speak it. Nokshun lovek om palov. And that means from a deep place in my heart. I thank each one of you, especially to the staff that coordinated this event, that they would allow me to speak for my people. And this is how you say thank you. Om palov. Try it. That's the language of the people. Yes, I want to say that their borders were shared territory of the Tongva, so I want to honor that group as well. Mostly they are the indigenous people of Los Angeles. My people are the indigenous people of Orange County.